Tilea's Troubles, Part 85. The Message Letter. A Short Introduction. Somewhere in Tilea. 3 of the Grey Seer's servants were making their hurried way to him. For an otherwise abandoned stretch of tunnel, there was a lot of noise as they progressed, what with the crunching of the gravel beneath their feet, the clattering of the lantern the servant Bulk held aloft to illuminate their passage, and the strained, wheezing sound of Gradger's mask-assisted breathing. All this was amplified by the close stone walls around them, conjoining and reverberating, so that when they did speak they had to shout. Or, more accurately perhaps, squeal.
"Your message letter, Fargrin. Important, is it? Yes, yes?"
inquired Gradger.
"Never look, never read, just carry,"
replied Fargrin.
"That is my task burden. Not for my eyes, see?"
Fargrin glanced back to indicate that they were being watched even now, for Bulk had more responsibility than merely lugging the lantern. Whether or not Gradger, his vision undoubtedly restricted by the small, thick glass lenses of his mask, noticed the gesture, Fargrin did not know.
"Has to be important,"
suggested Gradger.
"It is for the Lord Master. He will not look upon petty gossip and chatter drivel." "You are asking what you should not be asking,"
snapped Fargrin.
"Best be silent, or I might believe you to be a spy traitor." "Not ever I," said Gradger. "Always obey, never shirking." "Well and good. Best for all,"
declared Fargrin, nevertheless tightening his clutch upon the scroll. They were in one of the lesser tunnels, leading from a little-used exit. There were no breeding pits, slave pens, manufactories, mine entrances or fungus caverns along this stretch, and nor had there ever been. Perhaps it had originally been intended as a sally port, or an emergency escape route. Fargrin cared not. To him it was simply a satisfactorily secretive option. Gradger's mask let out a strained hiss as he took a deep intake of breath, and Fargrin knew another comment would follow.
"I inquire only because of Josgrach," he said. "His was important news. The collapse, shoddy work failings, fools in charge, which angered the Lord Master. Rightly so, yes, rightly so. Important news it was, and the end of Josgrach. Bearer of bad tidings, and killed dead because of it." "It is not ever for us to question the Lord Master," said Fargrin. "But yet, what of us, I ask and plead, if this is grave and disturbing news?"
The nervousness in Gradger's voice was very evident.
"Are we to be blame-punished for the mere carrying of it?" "The Lord Master now sees that which we cannot," said Fargrin. "Failings, you said. Perhaps Josgrach failed too, see? Late delayed, or talk-chattering too much to too many, see?"
Fargrin picked up the pace a little and began to outstrip Gradger, running almost beyond the limit of the lantern's light.
"Listen well, listen hard. Understand," he continued. "Learn from Josgrach's fate. Not fear, but sense. What is important necessary is that we carry this message letter prompt, quick, secret. So keep up and shut up, see?"
They were approaching the end of the tunnel, where it met with a well-used passageway close to the Grey Seer's cavern chambers.
"Here, now, the guards," hissed Fargrin. "We will quick soon be before the Lord Master. Remember my advice words, and live."
Gradger allowed himself to drop back further, so that Bulk was between him and Fargrin. A moment later, they rounded the bend to the junction.